Dad, I have something for you. My daughter handed me a small package. It wasn't my birthday or any special occasion. Oh, thank you, I said. I wondered if something would pop out when I opened it. Maybe it was some kind of prank. With that thought, I started unwrapping the package. Why did you? I asked, surprised, looking at my daughter's face. Sitting in front of me, my daughter looked straight at my face and tears started flowing. My name is Ethan Thompson, 41 years old. I used to have a family of 3 with my wife, Olivia, and daughter, Sophia. The reason I say used to is because my wife, Olivia, passed away from an illness. Now it's just me and Sophia living together. I still remember it vividly. The day I met Olivia. I lived an ordinary life as a student. I wasn't particularly good at studying or athletics, but if you ask me if I was uncool, I wouldn't say so. I want to believe I was. Being so ordinary, I never had a girlfriend until my junior year of high school. There were times I envied the popular kids around me, but I had a decent number of friends, so even without a girlfriend, my life felt plenty fulfilling. And so, I went on to college, as ordinary as ever. I had always dreamed of starting my own business someday, so I chose to study business administration. Living on my own, I felt a greater sense of freedom and a bit more grown up. Going to the grocery store near my apartment to buy dinner became a daily routine. "Welcome," the cashier would say. This is where my wife, Olivia, worked. At first, I just thought she was a college student working part-time. She had a bubbly personality, and I thought she was a typical girl these days, but I didn't think she was my type or particularly cute. Then one day, I got in line at the checkout counter where Olivia was working. That day, for the first time, she spoke to me. Are you okay?" she asked. I wasn't sure if she was talking to me, so I didn't know how to react. Then she said, "Your finger, it's injured." I looked at my hand and saw that I had a cut near the nail on my pinky. "Oh, yeah," I said. "I must have gotten a paper cut or something. It didn't particularly hurt," so I gave a vague response. "Just a sec," she said. She left the checkout counter and dashed to the back room. There were customers lined up behind me. The atmosphere got a bit awkward. In my head, I thought, "Give me a break." Just as I was thinking that, she came scurrying back. "Excuse me for a moment," she said. She took my hand without hesitation and deftly put a band-aid on it. "There, all done." Olivia smiled at me with a grin. For a moment, my heart skipped a beat, but feeling the pressure from the people behind me, I wanted to leave quickly. I paid without even saying thank you and hurried back to my apartment. Looking at the floral pattern band-aid on my finger, I could tell I was blushing. 18 years without a girlfriend. With no immunity to women, I decided to stop going to that store. Was I happy or embarrassed? More than that, I thought about not going anymore to avoid agonizing over the unanswerable question of whether she was turned off by me leaving without saying thank you. A week later, she said, "Hey, aren't you a regular customer at my grocery store? I was wondering what happened since you haven't been coming lately." I ran into Olivia at the train station, and she started talking to me. At the store, we were in the positions of part-time cashier and customer. But now, as mere acquaintances, neither lovers nor friends, I was at a loss for how to continue the conversation. I thought I was just an ordinary guy, but in front of a high school girl, I was embarrassed to realize I was just a scaredy cat. "Are you in college?" "Yeah, I am." I see. Are you from around here?" "No, I'm not." From then on, Olivia's questions for me never stopped. Which college I went to, if I lived near the store. She asked so many things that I wanted to ask why she was asking, but I didn't have the guts to do so and just answered her questions honestly. I thought I must be what they call an easy target. Even without a girlfriend, I thought I was happy with my friends, but to the point that I felt this way, I might have wanted a girlfriend after all. It was a fun time. Olivia's rapid talking suddenly stopped and she fidgeted. "This is my last question. Do you have a girlfriend?" she asked me, looking up at me with a bright red face. I'm 5'10" and Olivia is probably around 5'1". With this height difference, her question as a high school girl nearly made me faint. Not right now, but why? I tried to act cool, even though I've never had a girlfriend before. "Please don't let her find out." As I looked at Olivia with that wish, I heard her say in a small voice, "Yes." Seeing her like that made my heart pound, and I waited for the answer to why she was asking me such a thing. "Can we exchange numbers?" It wasn't the response I was hoping for, but I took out my phone from my bag and we exchanged contact info. "Oh no, it's time for my shift. See you." Saying that, she ran off lightly. What just happened? Could it have been a dream? Thinking that, I returned to my apartment. I couldn't believe how things turned out and kept looking at Olivia's contact info. That night, after 9 p.m., my phone rang. I looked at my phone, which I usually ignore, and saw it was a promotional email from a pizza shop. What? A chain email? Alone in my apartment, I acted like a straight man of a comedy duo and smirked at my reflection in the window. Even though we exchanged contact info, she didn't contact me the next day or the day after that. Could she be a new type of scammer, using my contact info for something bad? Or was it just some fad among high school girls these days? I felt the happy feeling slowly fading away. I decided to stop thinking about it. About 2 weeks after we exchanged contact info, my phone rang. "Hello, do you remember me? It's Olivia, from the grocery store." I was surprised to see the screen. Even though I had decided to stop thinking about it, my heart was pounding now that she had actually contacted me. But what should I say in response? At this rate, her message would end up being seen without a reply. Before I could reply, another message came from Olivia. "Are you free today? If you have time, want to hang out?" Hang out. Hang out with a high school girl. As I was flustered by my racing heart, shaking hands, and strange sweat, she sent, "If you don't have plans, I'll be waiting under the stairs at the west exit of the station at noon today." Flustered by her forward messages, I looked at the clock and saw it was 10:30. It's a 15-minute trip from here to the station. If I got ready now, I could make it in time. I hesitated about whether I should go or not, but since I had already read her message, I replied with just one word, "Okay," and started getting ready. I arrived at the station 5 minutes before the scheduled time. Then, I saw Olivia running towards me, out of breath. "You really came." As she caught her breath, she suggested we take a walk since the weather was nice today, so we headed to a nearby park. We sat on a bench, side by side. I'm sorry for not contacting you even though we exchanged info." "No, it's fine." I gave an unfriendly response, making Olivia give a wry smile. "Actually, my dog passed away. I've had him since I was little, and he was old, so I was prepared for him to go to heaven any time, but I was still so sad that I ended up missing school and work." As she talked, it looked like tears were about to fall from Olivia's eyes. I handed my handkerchief to Olivia. "Thank you." As soon as she smiled, tears spilled out. "The fact that you can cry like this is proof that you took care of him with love. I'm sure your dog is grateful too. He must have been so loved." As Olivia looked at me and wiped her tears with a handkerchief, she said, "You really are kind, Ethan." "Thank you." Then, she smiled as usual. After that, we talked about trivial things like memories with her dog and stories about her school, but I couldn't focus at all. That's because she had called me Ethan. I guess I really am easy. My head was in the clouds the whole time, and to be honest, I don't remember what we talked about. "Is it okay?" "Huh? Oh, yeah." Then Olivia hugged me. "What? Why?" "Because I didn't think you'd agree to go out with me. I'm so happy." Apparently, while I was flustered by her calling me Ethan, Olivia had confessed to me, and I had casually said yes. That's how I met Olivia. This story has become a deep memory that we still talk about as a family. After that, Olivia graduated high school and I became a junior in college. Olivia took a nursing major in university because she wanted to become a nurse. When I graduated college, Olivia was still in junior. We celebrated together. Congrats on graduating. Thank you, Olivia. I got a job at a consulting firm, and Olivia was studying hard to get her dream job. Also, we began living together. Of course, we had already greeted each other's parents. Once we started living together, we began to notice various things that we hadn't noticed while we were dating. "Olivia, are you gonna wash this?" "Nah, it's still good. You said that last time too." "I'm gonna wash it." "Okay." Like this, I was the responsible one, and Olivia was the easygoing one. and Olivia's catchphrase was, "It's fine. It'll work out somehow." Her extreme positivity was helpful at times, but it could also be a bit irritating. Even for things I wanted her to consider more seriously, she would just laugh it off with, "It'll work out somehow." Well, in reality, we only had problems that did work out somehow, so there was some truth to what Olivia said. In the 3rd year of living together, we get married. I was 25 and Olivia was 23. She'd become a nurse she wanted. It had only been 3 years since I started working, and Olivia just a year. It was because Olivia was pregnant with our child. When we had dinner with both of our parents, I think I was the most nervous I had ever been in my life. When we started living together, they had given us their permission, but they probably hadn't anticipated having a grandchild so soon. My parents said they were prepared to get yelled at as the parents of the man. On the day of the dinner, we nervously waited for Olivia's parents. The door to the room opened, and the first thing Olivia's dad said with a big laugh was, "I hope it's a granddaughter." Weird and founded. Our mouths gaping open. Olivia's parents were overjoyed that we were expecting. When my parents started to say about this situation, Olivia interjected, "Mom, Dad, it's okay. We can be good parents." Even in a situation like this, she confidently said it would be okay. That she could say it would work out somehow made me think Olivia was manly. I really love Olivia, who pushes my back and grins as I admire her. After our wedding, Olivia took maternity leave to prepare for the upcoming delivery. "Are you sure you don't want to know the gender? 'Cause I already know. It's a girl." Olivia kept buying only girls' clothes. Honestly, I was a bit worried, but she said, "It's fine. Even if it's a boy, pink is cute. It's our child, so anything will be cute." Olivia looked a bit like a mother when she said that. Later, she gave birth safely. It was a girl. We named her Sophia, one of the names we had considered because she looked really clever. I had heard that raising a child was difficult, but it really changed our lives. The sound of a child crying all day long, diapers, changing clothes, washing, milk. I tried my best with trial and error, but it didn't go well. I asked Olivia for help, and she said, "It's okay. The tape, do it like this. Yeah, like that. There, all good." I felt a bit sorry for our child wearing a sloppy diaper, but Olivia's "it's fine" saved me. In front of a baby who could only cry, I felt like I might become neurotic, but Olivia wasn't fazed. She was definitely going to be a good mother. She was strong and worthy of respect. After that, Sophia grew up healthily without any major illnesses. Around the time she turned 1, we put Sophia in daycare and Olivia returned to work. Some people say it's sad to start daycare at 1 year old, but Olivia said, "Our child isn't sad." She didn't worry at all. I would go to the daycare to pick up Sophia. Da-da, da-da, da-da. She would toddle towards me step by step with unsteady feet. "Ah, this is what they mean by healing," I thought as I hugged my child. The daycare teachers were all kind and would tell me detailed things like, "She ate a lot today. There's nothing to worry about." You're right. 4 years passed, and our home was still lively as ever. "Dad, do this for me." "Wait just a minute." "Hey, listen." The other day. "Hey Dad, what's this?" I seriously wondered many times if I could clone myself. You'd have to have multiple ears to listen to both of them at once. Sophia was a chatterbox just like Olivia. She probably wanted to know everything now. A parade of why questions. It reminded me of when I met Olivia. I had to laugh at how much a parent and child could be alike. The only time it was quiet was when they were sleeping. It was a nice, sunny day off. We cleaned the house as a family, had lunch, and now it was nap time. I opened the window, letting in a cool breeze that made the curtains flutter. Amidst that, Olivia and Sophia were sleeping in the same position. I wanted to take a nap with them, but it wasn't so bad to drink coffee while looking at the healing sight. I was a lucky man. It was all thanks to Olivia. High school Olivia found me and lit the path to happiness for me. From now on, I would make Olivia and Sophia happy. That's what I thought, but does God really exist? Why did he choose Olivia? The next year, Olivia was diagnosed with cancer. After Sophia fell asleep, I was so shocked to see the documents Olivia showed me that I couldn't speak. At my health checkup, They told me I had lost weight, which was concerning. I initially thought it was just from trying to lose the baby weight, but I guess it was because of the illness. Olivia spoke about it lightly, not in a heavy tone, as if it wasn't about herself. Since when? Since when have you been losing weight? I had heard about it. Hard to detect cancers can cause weight loss and digestive issues as they progress. About a year ago. Why didn't you say something sooner? Why didn't you get checked sooner? I raised my voice loudly even though it was night. She must be the one suffering the most. And yet, what good would it do to make her suffer more by blaming her like this? I regretted the words I had said. It's okay, it's okay. Medicine has advanced now. It's not like in the past where you'd be gone right away. Olivia showed me her usual smile. Strong. That word said it all. If it were me, I'd probably feel like it was the end of the world. And yet, Olivia went to work as a nurse the next day too. After that, Olivia took a leave of absence from work. She apparently told them to keep her position open since she planned to return. We proceeded with talks with her doctor and started chemotherapy. The medicine didn't agree with her, and she looked like she was suffering. I couldn't let Sophia see her like that, so while she was hospitalized, I left it to Olivia's parents and took care of Sophia. Mama's in the hospital. We have to go visit her. I think Sophia would be sad to see her thin, frail mother, but I also think it would be even more sad not to let them see each other. I couldn't decide what to do. On my days off from work, I would trade off with Olivia's parents. I would go to the hospital and they would take care of Sophia. Oh, is Sophia okay? As soon as I opened the door to the hospital room, Olivia noticed it was me and spoke to me as usual. Her face looked thinner than last week. Were her arms always this thin? Hey, come sit here and listen, Olivia said with a smile, laughing as she talked about how the hospital food wasn't tasty or how what she wanted was sold out when she went to the store. You know, I save up things to talk about since I can see you for a week. Her smile was the same as always. Was I smiling properly? I have a favor to ask. Will you hear me out? Next time, I want you to bring Sophia. I really want to see her. Yeah, I'll bring her. She was saying she wanted to come visit. Okay, see you next week then. When I left the hospital room, she waved goodbye with a big sideways wave. I stopped by the nurse's station on my way out. How is my wife doing? They told me how she was doing at the hospital, that she was approaching the treatment positively, that she seemed calm, perhaps because of her knowledge as a nurse, but also that there were times she seemed to be suffering because the chemo wasn't agreeing with her. But she always said those words, I'm okay. Hearing those words, Olivia was doing her best. I would do my very best too. I would give my all to do what I could. That's what I thought. The next week, I brought Sophia. Her eyes were wide at the big hospital. I had told her yesterday that she couldn't see Mama without wearing a mask, so she properly wore the unfamiliar mask. I opened the door to Olivia's hospital room. Oh, you're here. Saying that, she waited with open arms on the bed. Even though Mama was right in front of her, it was Sophia's first time at a hospital. Seeing Mama look different than before, it was all new to her, and she clung to my legs in surprise. The strength of her grip told me she was scared. It wasn't the Mama she had imagined. Even as a child, I think that's what she thought. I bought Sophia's favorite snacks. Come here. Sophia slowly approached Olivia together with me. Without blinking once, she walked staring at Olivia's eyes. Sophia, come here. When she got near the bed, she climbed onto it herself and hugged Olivia. Huh? Did you get bigger while I wasn't looking? You're heavy. Partly because Sophia had gotten bigger, but also because Olivia had gotten thinner. Her strength had probably declined from her hospital stay. And yet, her strength in hugging Sophia was the same as always. I thought mothers were amazing. Sophia had been bewildered at first, but she began to rejoice at the reunion with her mother after so long. There were 20 minutes left until the end of visiting hours. Sorry, can you go buy this at the store for me? Olivia handed me a memo, and I went to the store to buy it. When I finished shopping and returned to the hospital room, I heard, okay, got it. What did you get? Sophia and Olivia said it was a secret together. Apparently, it was a secret from me. Mama, I want to come tomorrow too. You have daycare tomorrow, right? Then when can I see you? Next Saturday. Maybe next week. Okay, I'll come again. She was an obedient child who didn't fuss. We said goodbye to Olivia and headed home from the hospital. What were you talking about with Mom earlier? I told you it's a secret. Come on, can't you tell Daddy too? No way. Sophia was looking forward to seeing Mom again next week. After that, going to the hospital every week became a routine. I wished that Olivia would get better like this and we could live together at home again. But one weekday, I got a call from the hospital. My hand holding the phone was shaking. They wanted to set a day to hear from the doctor. I asked Olivia's parents to pick up Sophia from daycare that day and headed to the hospital after work. I'm sorry for taking up your busy time. Olivia's smile as she said that looked so sad. The doctor said that although she had been undergoing chemotherapy, metastasis to other organs and lymph nodes was observed, and we needed to discuss how to proceed with treatment. I felt anger at the doctor, who spoke plainly as if giving a work notice. Does that mean there's no way to cure her? That Olivia won't get better like this? Olivia is only 27. Our daughter just turned 5. Doctor, isn't there some way to cure her? I can't just say I understand. My anger turned to sadness and frustration, and I selfishly spoke like a child. I could tell that Olivia sitting next to me was crying. Olivia, who was always smiling, was crying. I wanted to do something for her. I had promised to make her happy, but I cried together with her at the frustration of not being able to do anything. Back in the hospital room, Olivia said, "I want to go home. Is that okay?" We asked Olivia's parents and my parents and decided to let her return home, where she could spend her remaining days peacefully. On the day Olivia was discharged from the hospital, when we got home, the whole family was there to greet her. Back home for the first time in a while, Olivia returned with a smile, saying, "This really is the best place after all." Sophia, perhaps out of happiness, brought a lot of toys to show Olivia, and she whispered in her ear, "What is it?" "It's a secret." That day, we were busy with various things like explanations from the home medical care team, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Olivia. When I went to Olivia's room, Sophia was next to Olivia and was sleeping. She said she's sleeping here today. "How are you feeling?" "I'm okay." "You must be tired too, Ethan. You should rest. Let me know if you need anything." Saying that, I got into my bed in the adjoining room with the door left open. It was probably a few minutes later when I heard the sound of sobbing. Olivia was crying in bed. I immediately went to her side and stroked her head. I hugged Olivia as she apologized in a small voice, saying sorry. I stayed by her side until she fell asleep. It was probably some time in the middle of the night when I fell asleep too. When I woke up the next morning, I was surprised by the sight. "Good morning. Breakfast is ready." Olivia had made breakfast. Yay. It's Mama's omelet. Sophia happily stuffed her mouth. "What? Aren't you going to eat?" "Thanks for the food." I almost cried at this ordinary breakfast. "Huh? Were you always such a crybaby?" Olivia and Sophia looked at me and burst out laughing. I laughed along with them. That's right. This is it. This is all I wanted to do. And yet, Olivia's condition gradually worsened. She could no longer get up on her own and became bedridden. But she could still talk a little. She could still drink a little water. "Ethan." I heard my name called and went up to Olivia's face as she lay in bed, asking what was wrong. "I'm sorry things turned out like this." She apologized to me, her voice faltering. "For what? You haven't done anything to apologize for." I really wasn't okay at all. Olivia's catchphrase was "It's okay, it'll work out somehow. It's okay, it really is okay. I love you, Olivia." That might be the first time you've said that. I love you too. And Sophia. Please, take care of Sophia. 5 days later, Olivia passed away. She was 27 years old. She had said she wanted to live until Sophia's elementary school entrance ceremony, but that wish didn't come true. After the busy funeral ended and we returned home, the reality that Olivia, who had been there until just now, was gone came crashing down all at once. Looking around the room, there were matching mugs, family photos, Olivia's belongings everywhere. "Dad, where's Mama?" Things couldn't be the same as before. I had to be more prepared. I would protect Sophia. Sophia was a cheerful, obedient, kind child. But the sadness of losing her mother was something only Sophia could understand. Half a year after Olivia passed away, I got called by the daycare for the first time. Wondering what happened, I left work early to pick her up. When I arrived at the daycare, I found Sophia completely buried inside a locker. What happened here? I asked the teacher and heard that a child in the same class had apparently teased Sophia about not having a mama, and Sophia, upset by this, had pushed the child away. The child who fell wasn't injured. The daycare worker apologized, saying they were sorry they couldn't stop it since it happened where they couldn't see. There's no need to apologize to the other child's parents. More importantly, the issue is that Sophia won't come out of a locker. I nodded my head, apologizing for the trouble, and went to the locker. Then, the first thing she said was, "It's not my fault. Sean said he feels sorry for me because I don't have a mom anymore. I'm not someone to feel sorry for." When we first put Sophia in daycare at 1 year old, Olivia had said the same thing. Our child isn't someone to feel sorry for. Remembering that, I chuckled. Sophia seemed to find it unforgivable that I laughed and angrily came out of the locker. I nodded my head to the teachers and we went home. On the way home, I talked with Sophia. No matter how upset you are, it's not okay to hurt others. I won't tell you not to fight back when you're frustrated. But let's think about what Mama would do. Would Mama push Sean away? No. Mama was always smiling. She never got angry. I understood Sophia's frustration. I also understood that Sean called Sophia pitiful for not having a mama. But adults understand that because we're adults, while children act based on their emotions. Hoping Sophia would grow a little from this incident, we talked a lot on the way home. Sophia started elementary school. She energetically went to school with her backpack on. She seemed to be enjoying her school life, and parenting became a bit easier than when she was in daycare. Since she didn't have a mother, I had to be more responsible. I'm not very good at it, but I also made an effort to connect with the other moms so Sophia wouldn't have trouble. Apparently, elementary school kids these days like to be fashionable. I couldn't hide my surprise when I heard they even use makeup. However, Sophia said she didn't need it. Whether she really didn't need it or was just enduring it, that judgment was extremely difficult. And now, not knowing a girl's heart, I ran into the first wall. But despite my worries, Sophia would laugh it off, saying, "It's fine, it's fine." When Olivia was around, I was saved by those words "it's fine" many times. But when she got sick, I also understood that her saying "it's fine" was just putting on a brave face. I wondered which one Sophia's "it's fine" was. Hey, Olivia, do you think it's okay? Should I just believe what Sophia says? I had a drink every night in front of the family photo. I wasn't much of a drinker, but I started drinking after Olivia passed away. But I took care of my health. I wasn't free enough to drown in alcohol. I think housewives are amazing. From the moment the kids wake up in the morning, if they don't move by the minute, they can't even sleep at night. I wonder if I'm doing things right. From now on, it's just the two of us. Let's do our best in various ways. That's what I thought. But in the summer of Sophia's 11th grade year, the company I worked for went bankrupt. After the bankruptcy and losing my job, I desperately searched for a new job. I wanted a job where I could use my experience, so I focused on consulting jobs, but I couldn't find a position that fit my conditions and still haven't found a job. Sophia also started to attend a test prep center for college admission. I agonized over what I was doing when educational expenses were going to pile up from now on. I could ask my parents for help, but I didn't want to trouble them. Plus, after Olivia passed away, her parents said they would take custody of Sophia. I didn't want to rely on them now and have Sophia taken away. Dad, what's wrong? You've got a frown. I hadn't told Sophia that the company had gone bankrupt. I was pretending to go to work as usual. I had to make sure at least Sophia didn't worry. After that, I searched for a job while using up my savings and the separation benefits I received. I wanted a job with as little overtime as possible and holidays off. I wanted to be able to participate in Sophia's school events. As I was thinking that, a letter came from the school. We were unable to collect the teaching materials fee due to insufficient balance. I hadn't enough money to cover the school fee. The unemployment insurance money went to rent and loan payments. As I was looking for something I could turn into cash right away, I found Olivia's wedding ring. If I sold this platinum ring, I could get several $1,000s. No, I can't do that. What am I thinking? I put the ring back in front of the family photo. However, my job search continued to not go well after that. It seemed the world wasn't kind to single fathers. The government and society still had harsh aspects for single fathers. I wondered what Olivia would have done if she were alive. If it were Olivia, she probably wouldn't get angry even if I sold the ring. But I thought about that kind of thing nearly every day. Dad, I got this again, but what is this document? I had forgotten. I hadn't put money in for the teaching materials fee. The letter said it had to be done by the end of this week. I reluctantly decided to go to a pawn shop. Excuse me. When I opened the door to the pawn shop, an old man appeared. I'd like you to buy this. Could you at least appraise it for now? I handed over the wedding ring together with the ring case. Even if I buy this, it won't be $1,000. $1,000. I still wanted it so badly my hands were practically coming out of my mouth. As I was hesitating without answering, the pawn shop owner asked me, "There seems to be some kind of memo inside this ring case." I didn't know that. I took the ring case from the pawn shop owner and read the memo inside. There, Olivia's handwriting was written. "Are you trying to sell the ring?" I was startled, because I felt like she had seen right through me. "It's totally fine. Go ahead and sell it. We have plenty of memories of me at home, right? It's okay. Continuing to live is more important than a ring." I cried reading the letter. When we bought the wedding rings, I had talked with Olivia. "We don't need something this expensive. It's fine. It's the first and last time. I'm not the type to care about this kind of thing. So silver or whatever would be totally fine. Just put it on and see." Even as she said it was unnecessary, when she actually tried it on, she smiled happily. "Then let's make a promise. If we ever have money troubles in the future, we'll sell the rings." "Okay. That won't happen. It's fine. Our family is deeply connected in ways other than these rings." That's what she said when we bought them. So I thought Olivia would be okay with me selling the ring and using the money for Sophia's education expenses. I was conflicted, but seeing the memo, I made up my mind. The pawn shop owner checked multiple times if I was sure I wanted to sell it, but I said please and exchanged it for cash. I went home, thanked the family photo, and the teaching materials fee was successfully debited. After that, I desperately job hunted and somehow found a new job. Sophia also became a junior year student. She was going to be a college student soon. She graduated high school and entered into college. Her slightly more grown-up appearance overlapped with Olivia's when I first met her. I felt deeply moved that Sophia had reached that age. "Congratulations on entering a new chapter of your life." "Thank you." I still didn't have financial leeway after starting my new job, but since this day was a celebration, we had a grander meal than usual. "Dad, I want to get a part-time job." "Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there something you want?" "No, that's not it, but..." Sophia's words were halting, so I asked, "Could it be you're worried about our finances?" "Children don't need to worry about that. But it's fine, right? I want to work. There probably aren't many places that would hire you right after starting college, especially since you attend classes during the day. It's too early to start working part-time." "You said Mama worked at a convenience store." "Mama was Mama, Sophia. Just focus on studying without going out of your way to work." Before I finished speaking, she stood up saying, "Thanks for the food," and went to her room. I messed up. Even though today was a celebration, I scolded her without hearing her out. I rejected the idea without even asking why she wanted to work part-time. Sigh, what should I do, Olivia? I had a drink in front of the family photo. Kids that age are difficult. After that, she wouldn't even have breakfast with me and said she didn't need dinner. Was this teenage rebellion? I searched online, but there were no clear answers for parenting, so I sighed. About a month after she started working, Sophia hadn't come home even after 10 p.m. She wouldn't answer my calls. I went outside to check multiple times, but there was no sign of her coming home. Was she at one of her grandparents' houses? But if she wasn't, it would turn into a big fuss. What should I do? Just then, a bicycle came speeding towards me. "Dad." Sorry, I'm late. I called you, so why didn't you pick up? Until now. No good, I'm getting angry without hearing her out again. For now, come inside. We went into the house and sat at the dining table. Sophia apologized, saying sorry. Can't you tell me the reason you were late? No, I understand. I'll trust you, Sophia. Huh? Okay, thanks. But contact me. If you'll be late, around what time? Where you are now. You can at least do that much, right? Got it. I'll properly keep that promise. After that, the days Sophia came home late continued. But I decided to trust her. Still, I was curious. Were there weird guys around? Could it be a boyfriend? I thought about various things. 3 months passed since she started working, and summer break was starting tomorrow. At that time, Sophia called out to me. Dad, I have something for you. She handed me a small package, and when I opened it, inside was Olivia's ring that I had sold to the pawn shop 2 years ago. Why is this? The ring I sold to the pawn shop when I couldn't even pay the school's teaching materials fee. Actually, after I got my new job, I went to the pawn shop again to try to buy it back. But when I went, they said they didn't have it. And yet, why was it here? This is your treasure, right, Dad? I heard you sold it for me. So I bought it. This ring. Sophia in middle school was curious about the papers we got from school. The other kids didn't get them, but only our family got them 2 months in a row. The seal was on so I wouldn't see the contents, but I tried opening it. It said the teching materials fee payment was overdue. That night, Sophia woke up to go to the bathroom and saw me crying while talking to the family photo. At that time, I was clutching the ring, so she thought maybe. The next day, when she went to greet the family photo saying she was back, the ring was gone. She hurried out of the house and went around and around the neighborhood. She went towards the station and looked for me. Then, she saw me coming out of a certain store. When she went inside, the old man had the ring. I'll buy that. That's my mother's ring. There was no way high school Sophia could go to a pawn shop and buy a ring. But the pawn shop owner had seen the memo inside the ring case and saw me coming to sell it, so he thought about not selling it to anyone else. How much can I buy it for? Sophia made a deal with the pawn shop owner. I don't have money right now, but when I become a college student, I'll definitely bring money. So please don't sell it. Even if someone wants to buy it, please say it's already sold. I was surprised by Sophia's ability to take action. The pawn shop owner was also a really good person and agreed to high school girl's request. When she became a college student, she asked to work part-time to earn money, but I wouldn't allow it. She had said she would get it back when she became a college student, but at this rate, if she couldn't give them the money, it would be sold to someone else. There was a diner run by her high school friend's dad. She asked if she could work there just for the summer break. That's why she was coming home late, and I got angry at her. I was keeping it a secret from you, but I was working part-time, and with the money I earned there, I bought this. You should have bought something you wanted for yourself instead of the ring. As I started to say that, Sophia was crying. But Dad, you were talking to the family photo every day after Mama died. You would open that ring case and talk. I saw it. Ever since I was in elementary school, I had been having drinks in front of the family photo after Sophia fell asleep. Or so I thought, but Sophia had actually seen me. Dad, Mama came back. You won't be lonely anymore. Olivia, do you see how kind Sophia has grown up to be? Do you understand? Are you watching? For the first time in a while, I talked to Olivia's ring. Summer break starts tomorrow, but she says she'll cook for herself. Apparently you taught her those recipes. When Olivia found out about her illness and was hospitalized, while I was out shopping at the store, Sophia said Olivia told her, "You like Mama's cooking, right, Sophia? So this is a magic book." A magic book? Yes, this book has a lot of recipes in it. And you know, Dad's favorite is curry. It's written on this page, but I think Dad will definitely have times when he's tired. At those times, support Dad, Sophia. You can do it. But you can only use the magic when you're in high school. Don't open it until then. So that's why she wouldn't tell me the secret that day. It probably meant that when I became a high schooler, I'd be able to cook by myself. It seems there was magic properly cast so that I wouldn't use stove or get hurt using the recipe book when I was little. Mama was amazing. I still clearly remember it from when I was 5. Sophia wiped the tears that welled up as she said that. That night, she made curry for me. It was a bit burnt, but I ate it deliciously. The somehow nostalgic flavor made me happy. To the ring that had returned to our home, I said, "Welcome back."